I walked in at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, and she was sitting at the kitchen table with her phone face down and her hands shaking. She didn't hear me come in. She never did when she was that focused. I stood in the hallway for a second, watching her. Something about the way she was sitting, shoulders pulled in, neck tight, made me not say anything. Not yet. She picked the phone back up. Her fingers moved fast. Then she stopped, pressed her hand flat against the screen, and exhaled like she'd been holding that breath for weeks. I said her name. She spun around so hard the chair scraped the floor. Her face, I'll never forget her face. It wasn't guilt exactly. It was something worse. It was relief. Like she'd been waiting to get caught. She said, "You're home early." I said, "Yeah, slow day." Neither of us moved. I asked her what she was doing and she said nothing, just emails, work stuff. She set the phone down again, face down again, and stood up like everything was normal. She asked if I wanted coffee. I said sure. I sat down at that table while she moved around the kitchen and I just stared at the back of that phone. I didn't touch it. I didn't have to. I already knew something was wrong. I'd known for about 3 weeks, if I'm being honest. The late nights. The way she laughed differently at her phone than she laughed at me. She set the coffee down in front of me and her hand was still trembling. I said, "Who is he?" She didn't even flinch. She just sat down across from me and looked me straight in the eye and said, "It's not what you think." I laughed. I actually laughed. I said, "Then tell me what it is." And she did. She told me it had started 4 months ago. A coworker. Someone I'd met at her office Christmas party. I'd shaken the man's hand. I'd laughed at his jokes. She said it wasn't serious, it was just talking, just messages, but the way her voice cracked on the word "just" told me everything. I didn't yell. I didn't throw anything. I just picked up her phone. She said, "Don't." I turned it over. The screen lit up, and there it was, not a message from him. A message from my brother. Sent that morning. It said, "She knows, I'm sorry, I tried to tell you first." I looked up at her, and she finally started crying. Because it wasn't just a coworker. It was someone who'd been in my house. Someone who'd sat at my table. Someone who already knew my name before she ever introduced them to me. I stood up, I left the coffee, I walked out the front door, and I haven't been back since. Here's what I want to know. Do you think I should have stayed to hear the rest? Or is some information you just don't need? Let me know below.